I'm live. Here we go. Is anybody going to join me today, or am I going to do this by myself? All right, we will wait till we get to the 1 minute mark. And if nobody shows up by 1 minute, I'm doing it anyway. So if you don't feel like waiting and you're watching this afterwards, just skip to 1 minute. I'm probably in it. Cool. Hey, welcome. This is Parkour Level 3. So this is our most advanced class at Metro South. This is our virtual parkour classes. Welcome. This week, we are going to be learning, or no, we're not going to be learning because you guys should already know this stuff. We're going to be reviewing some vaults, and we're going to go over maybe combining those vaults with some moves that we've already done before, or that we've gone over in our basement before. In my basement, not your basement. Today we're going to be learning or going over the turn vault, the reverse vault, the one-handed reverse vault, and how we can use those throughout some different spaces. Equipment, solid object. That's all you need. If you don't have this, you can do it on the floor. I'm not going to do anything on the floor today because you guys are parkour level 3 and you should just be able to do this stuff over something. So solid object can be a coffee table, it can be an ottoman or a stool, like anything you can vault over. All right, you guys know what that means. It's probably icky outside like it is here, so if you can't get outside, that's fine too. Cool. A little bit of a warm up to get our bodies moving like we do. So make sure you got enough space, my level 3 parkour guys, and let's get moving. All right, start by jogging in place. We're getting our blood pumping, we're getting our hearts beating, moving our bodies. I hope all of you are doing good today. Getting some fresh air when you can. Maybe playing some video games. Maybe doing a little workout. I don't know what you guys do. But get moving. All right, high knees. Lift your knees up. We're running in place. Knees up as high as you can. Pumping those arms. Trying to get some cardio in. Make sure you guys are breathing. Pump your arms nice and high. And next, butt kicks. Kick your butt, kick your butt, kick your butt. Woo! Here we go, here we go. All right, moving on to jumping jacks. Arms out wide, legs out wide. Going all the way up. Moving fast. Staying on our toes. Get our bodies moving fast. Get our full body moving. And rest. All right, next, big arm circles backwards. Swing your arms all the way around. And arms forwards. Big circles. Get our shoulders moving. One hand goes up, one hand goes down. One arm forwards, one arm backwards. And switch. One arm forwards, one arm backwards. A little mental game for you guys. All right, swing your arms across the front. Switch which arm goes on top each time. Open up your chest. This is more than an arm or shoulder workout. You should be working your chest and your back as well. Pinching your shoulder blades together. Pulling in your chest here. Opening, close, open, close, open, close. And feet firmly on the ground. Twist your upper body. Get some twist into our spine. We're going to need it for the reverse vault. So, next, here, quick little mental activity for you. Put one thumb up, one finger out. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna switch so that you have the other thumb and the other finger, right? So it's like boom, boom. Now what you got to make sure is that when you do this, you don't keep your thumb up like this. It's thumb up, finger out, and then switch, 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 switch. It's actually really hard. So try it out. You catch your breath. Oh, I said I did that wrong. So it's finger out, thumb up, and switch, and switch, and switch. My thumb always goes sideways when I do this. Switch. All right, it's a lot harder than it looks. All right, stand and straddle. Reach up, reach down to one side, touching your foot with both hands. Stretch it out. Reaching, 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 and switch to the other side. Reaching all the way down. Try to touch the mat. If you're cool like me, you have a yoga mat that matches your nails. If you're not cool like me, sorry. Reach down the middle. Try to touch in between your feet, and then reach behind your feet. Give it a little bounce. And then slowly rock side to side, locking your elbows, relaxing your arms down, side to side, stretching out the back of our legs. Focus on your breathing. And standing on up, we're going to do a pike stretch, so feet together, reaching forwards and down. Touch your toes, touch the ground, put your hands flat. Try to get your face to touch your legs. Any of the above. All right, down to our squat here. If you need to support your back with something, you can. Or we're just rocking back and forth, around in a circle, and our low squat. So my heels are on the ground. I'm trying to shift my weight from my heels to my toes, but keeping my feet firmly on the ground the whole time, so don't let my toes come up, don't let my heels come up. Side to side, shifting my weight, rocking through my knees. All right, take a seat. Put one leg out, one leg in, point your toe, reach for your foot, hold in a stretch, focus on your breathing. Relax into it, and then tense and pull in, and flex your foot, grab onto your toes, try to get your elbow down to your shin. You need to grab on with both hands. And then let's roll out our ankle. Make sure you wiggle your toes around. Get those things warmed up too, if you got them. If you don't got them, then you're fine. Foot on the ground, hug your knee, pull it in tight. Stretching out our butt. If you need a more advanced version, you bend one knee like this, put the other foot on top, and then from there you can try to get your knee as far away from your chest as possible. You can push with your hand if you need to. That'll stretch your butt a little bit more. Switch legs, put your foot in, pointing your foot, reaching down, try to grab on with both hands. And flex your foot, pulling your toes up. Try to get your elbow down towards your knee, your shins. And roll out your ankle and your toes. And then foot on the ground, hug your knee. Or you can do our more advanced one where you have our foot on top, bend the other knee in, and then pushing our knee away from our chest. And flip onto your stomach. Seal stretch. Pushing up high. And cat stretch. Armpits towards the ground, looking towards your fingers. All right, let's do a little more wrist stretches. Roll them out. Do the wave. Reverse wave. Shake them out. Fingers facing forwards, hands on the ground. Slow, big circles, feeling the stretch in our wrists. Switch directions. And now make our fingers face out and rock side to side. And now fingers facing towards us, so backwards. We're rocking forwards and backwards. Don't go too far. Just forwards and back, forwards and back. You feel stretch in your wrists and in your forearms. And then one at a time, hands upside down on the mat, so palms facing the ceiling, applying a little bit of pressure back and forth. And switch to the other side, palm facing the ceiling. A little bit of pressure just to stretch those wrists out. Cool. All right, this again is parkour level 3. We are going to be going over some vaulting review here and using them in small spaces. And yeah, hopefully I have enough to talk about. Let's find out if I do. All right, number 1, get yourself a sturdy object you can vault over. I don't care what it is or how big it is. It could be a piece of paper if you want, as long as it doesn't move. We're going to start with the turn vault. You guys should know this. That's why we're just going to quickly review it. So, turn vault, 180, spin over the block. Boom, just like that. Try it on both sides. Do that 5 times on both sides. So over, 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 over. Okay, we're just warming up our vaults. Remember why a turn vault is useful. If we're going over a railing or a fence, we can hold on the whole time so we don't fall down the other side. One good way to think about it is if you have, let's see, if you're up on top of something and there's a railing right here and a big drop on the other side, you can grab onto the railing, you can turn vault over the railing and land in the cat hang. Because with the turn vault, our hands don't need to come off. Well, one of them does to switch over, but we can land in the cat. So you can do turn vault to cat, which over our table, if we imagine, would look like that. Okay? That's why our turn vault's useful. It's good to practice. Okay, moving on. Next step is going to be a reverse vault. You guys should know this one, but it is a full 360 instead of a 180. So we're here, spinning all the way around. Now this is a good time to practice it on our bad side. Okay? We all have a good side. We all have a bad side. You guys should try to focus on, for me, is what I think about, is not even making the full turn, but just keeping a smooth movement as I come out of it. So I'm trying to land 1 foot at a time, and I'm trying to keep my speed. I know down here I don't have any speed, but I'm just trying to keep everything moving. All right? So I can give myself a little bit extra space. I can get just a little bit of speed into it and move really quickly, okay? And keep everything moving, landing 1 foot at a time. Boom. For the reverse vault, there's a lot of different ways to do it. I think the coolest way when I watch people do it is to keep our legs low and our hips come down to the table, but not actually on it, and then down the other side. So hopefully what I'm doing looks like that. Boom. But you can also do it where your hips go higher. It just becomes a little bit weirder. And I don't think it looks as nice, but it's totally up to you because it doesn't matter to me. So try a reverse vault on both sides. Try one where you try to stay low. Try one where you try to go high. Work on landing on 1 foot at a time. And another good way to test to see how much control you really have, see how quiet you can be on the other side as well. If you can be quiet, that means that you're in control. If you're loud and you're stomping around like I do, then you need to practice more. All right, moving on from a reverse vault, because you guys should have that one. It's easy to review. If you want to do more, pause it. You can do that. Is our one-handed reverse vault. So again, remember guys, it is our outside arm. So if I'm twisting towards my left So that means I normally go 1, 2, left, right. I'm going to skip my left and I'm just going to go to the right. So my left arm is driving over my shoulder. After I do a couple here, I'm going to turn it around so I have a little more room. But again, we're here. Your outside arm, as you begin to turn, is the one that goes down. So now it's actually our inside arm. So normally when we come in, we're going to go 1 left, right. But instead, again, it's just the right, reaching across our body to the other side of the table. So here we go. Reaching across the table here to start our turn. So right hand reaches to the left hand would reach to the right. All right, reaching across, spinning, landing 1 foot at a time, just like before. Again, if you can keep your body low, it's going to be a lot smoother, right? One thing to think about for this one-handed reverse vault, it is exactly the same as the normal reverse vault, just this hand isn't here. So if you're struggling with it, go back to your normal one and just try to pick up that left hand sooner. Okay? Until you can get just one hand to come down on the table and you can smoothly turn out of it. Try this on both sides. You can tell which one I'm not used to. Definitely not as good over my left side. I really need to practice it. One thing to think about too when you're doing the reverse vault and the one-handed reverse vault is your legs shouldn't straddle far apart. If you're coming over and you're kind of doing a straddle like this, you're probably not doing it right. So as your leg kicks up behind you here, the other leg's going to follow it really close. So your legs stay nice and tight together. Okay, that's our one-handed reverse vault. I want you guys to practice this a whole bunch. It's hard to do. Try it on the ground. It's even harder there. Try it on different objects if you can. And give me grab some water after you try those. And give me 1 second to think about what we can do next. Because I think you guys should already know how to do these things. And it's helpful to have a review and to practice them. But I want to give you just a little bit more, which would be okay, let's do some ideas. Now these are really hard to do. A lot of these things I'm going to say I'm not going to be able to do here, but we're going to go over them, okay? I'm just going to spitball them out there and you guys are going to pick up what you pick up. So one thing that I have done before is a reverse vault to dive roll. The way this works is you go in here, you do your reverse vault. Right here, when you're about to land, instead of letting your feet touch the ground, you give a big push off the ground and you let your feet swing past the ground, reaching your hands out, catching, and rolling. Now, I definitely recommend not doing this at home. Instead, do it at the gym, but I want to fill your guys' brains with these ideas. At the gym, if you grab a big block that you can reverse vault over and you put a really squishy mat, you can try this, but here's the tip. As you come over for the reverse vault, so if I go with my left arm first, normally my right foot lands on the ground and then my left foot. The way to simulate this dive roll is to land on my right foot and let my left foot swing past the floor and up as I roll. So this is something we can try here. So you can do reverse vault, land on your right foot, swing your left behind you, and roll. Okay? So it's a smooth transition where we get to skip 1 foot on the ground and go straight into the roll. So if you could imagine that, where a right foot doesn't land, that's what that's going to feel like. Safety tips for this one is always catching ourselves with the roll. And if you're going for the dive roll, it's about throwing enough off-axis turn into it. So that means sideways motion, that when you go for the roll, you're not going to land straight on your head. Instead, you're coming way far to the side. And your roll, instead of ending up even being like a normal shoulder roll, ends up being a little bit more like a side roll sideways here. And that just protects our head and our neck. Cool. That's one. Reverse vault to dive roll. So again, what you can try at home is that 1 foot landing as you come over, keep the other foot up off the ground, and then swing into the roll, traveling in the same direction. Another thing you could try at home, it's going to be really hard, but there's really not too much risk besides falling over, is a reverse vault with an extra twist. So as you come over the top, you're doing the reverse vault, you're normally about to land, you're going to push and try to gyro down. So it's like reverse gyro, or like kind of like side full, where you go side full. So reverse vault, extra spin. Just make sure you have space to do that one. Probably leave it for outside, or when we can get back into the gym, we'll try that. But a reverse vault with an extra twist, I've heard it called reverse vault gyro. I've heard it called a reverse vault 720, and I've heard it called reverse vault plus or something like that, because you're just adding an extra twist. I cannot do that over this table, and I will not be trying because I will hurt myself. So if you are going to try it at home, make sure you're careful. Start with 1 1/4 twists rather than going for a full 2. All right. So there's a reverse vault gyro, or with just 1 hand instead of 2. One more reverse vault variation that you could try that is a lot more feasible at home is something that I've done to kind of demonstrate a couple things, is our reverse vault butt roll, where you come in here, you go for a 1-handed reverse vault, but then you sit on the block and come out. What this can actually lead to is the right hand placement for a reverse vault over a gap, and I'll explain what that is in a second. But so you come down, your right hand goes down if you're coming to your left, right hand goes down like a 1-handed reverse vault. You're going to sit down on the block, lift your feet up and over, put your left hand down on the other side, and then stand up. Now this is just a really smooth move up and over the top of something. Okay, it's kind of just a style thing. You could even do, this is cool. I think Ryan, you'd like this one, or Jackson. You're gonna come here as you're doing this move. As you put your left hand down, put your right foot down, and then you're gonna scoot. So reverse butt roll, right hand, roll on your butt, foot goes down, left foot still in the air, scoot, and then you could fold. So again, here it is. Okay, cool little variation to our butt roll where we kind of push ourselves out of it, and it all stems back to the reverse vault. Cool. Conditioning, yeah. I'm going to be so strong because I've already done conditioning for all those other things, plus some other stuff. So here we go. For my Parkour 3 guys, let us do, using our object or couch, we'll do Kong ups and Kong downs. Let's go for speed on these. So let's go for 25 total. And it looks like this, just in case you guys don't understand what I'm doing. Hands are on, up. Okay, make sure what you're using is sturdy. Pushing strong with your arm, bouncing off your toes as you hit the ground. I lost count, but we're going for 25 of those. All right, next. Let's do like this, ready? So you put 1 foot up, I don't know what to call these things, toe taps, I don't know. 1 foot up like this, switch, switch, switch. You can do this on a couch too, something a little quieter. So it's just switching, which foot goes on top. We're gonna do 30 total as fast as we can. Again, trying to stay on our toes. Kind of going for speed here. Stay in control. And 30, sure, yeah, perfect. Next, let's do a little ab workout. Okay. Find a place you can lay down. We're going to start with 10 crunches. So we're not going all the way up. It's just shoulder blades up off the ground, like this. Arms across your chest, 10 times. And 10. And then without stopping, keep yourself curled up. Arms go to the side. You're going to touch each foot, rocking side to side, 10 times. So actually 20 total because we're doing 10 on each side. So it's about 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then without stopping again, we're going sit up all the way up 10 times. 4, 5, halfway there. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then without resting, we're going to do a hollow hold, holding ourselves out. We're going to do 10 deep breaths while in this. So you're going to go in and out 10 times. Make sure your back is flat against the ground. If you need to, you can put your hands under your butt. Shoulder blades up, feet up. And when you get to 10, you're going to do 10 little kicks. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay. Next, go ahead into a plank on your elbows, holding yourself up here. We're going to rest here for as long as we can. Not really. We're going to do a little bit of time. Things to work on, Parkour 3 guys, is getting outside when you can in your own yards. If you got a trampoline, the weather's getting nice enough, we can use it. Just please be careful. Train at your own ability and try to learn new skills in a smart and safe way. I hope you guys enjoyed today's class, doing the reverse vault and the variations of it. I hope there were some cool ideas, and I'd like to see you guys try some of those out. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. And I'm going to give you guys one more thing to do as homework. So after you watch this, throughout the rest of your day, before you go to bed, you need to do a total of 75 push-ups. You can do them in as big of a batch as you want. So if you want to do all 75 right now, you can do that. If you want to do 10 at a time and then 5 at the end, you can do that, or whatever. It doesn't matter to me. Do 25, 25, 25. Do it between now and when you go to bed. Cool. Thanks, guys. See you next time. Parkour 3. And bye.